This game was made with Basin 2D, a game engine I made. But why? I don't know. Okay, but what exactly is a game engine? A game engine is a software framework primarily designed for video game development and blah blah blah. I mean, it doesn't sound that hard, right? To start the engine, I firstly need a way of getting things on screen. For this, I had two options. A. OpenGL, which is a low-level graphics API used by many game engines, or B. SDL2, which handles window creation, input, audio, and also a simple renderer. Well, I obviously chose the letter B. Why? Because I'm dumb and I had no idea of what I was doing. So I started by making the rendering and window systems. I have this to draw some simple shapes and also textures, and this script to create the window. And now if we run it, it's just a black window. We need a way of telling the engine what we want to draw. I decided to use Lua for the scripting language because it's one of the easiest languages to embed. So this works through bindings. Think of it like a translator. If I write this in Lua, it will create a texture and draw it on screen in those coordinates. For audio, it wasn't a big deal. SDL already offers a pretty easy way of implementing audio. I just made the bindings for them. Now I wanted to implement shaders, however here I realized I shouldn't have used SDL2 for rendering, because it does not support shaders, and the easiest way was just changing to OpenGL. And yeah, I wanna commit Zye now. Anyway, I rescripted the entire renderer to use OpenGL, which took me over 2 freaking days of googling how OpenGL worked, but hey, now we have shaders. Wait, what is that sound? The big problem here was that I was telling the GPU every single frame to draw each object individually. We could simplify this a lot by just sending a single big message to the GPU. So let's try it now. What the? Okay, second try. And it worked. I just miswrote 9 instead of 0 here. Now we need a way to draw text. For this, I just take a font, convert it into textures, and then when drawing text, I draw the sprite for each character. Oh, and I don't know why some characters are like this, so it's not a bug, it's a feature. But then I realized I was missing a big part of the game engine. We cannot use any inputs. It was pretty easy to add. SDL2 already has a way of adding inputs, so I just made 2 scripts for it. Oh, and I also added a camera system. It just changes the offsets of where the engine renders stuff. Alright, now that we can actually make a game, it's time to make the compiler. Well, I'm too dumb to make a compiler, so I instead made a packer. Basically, when you compile the game, the engine just copies itself and adds all your project files inside it. Then it writes the word basin at the end, so the engine knows it is a compiled build. It's pretty much the same thing engines like Godot do when exporting. I also tried adding multi-platform support, but I was too lazy to make it, so yeah, good luck trying to compile it yourself. So now the engine was done. I decided to send it to my friend and ask him to make a game with it, and he seemed to love it. You can check it out on the GitHub link in the description. Well, that's gonna be for today. Smash the like button if you liked the video, dislike if you didn't, and yeah, see you in the next one.